Hello everybody, this is Pyra, and I just wanted to do another Lodestone update. I am a few days late, however, this event is not starting for another few days. It is the return of the Yokai Watch crossover. So this is something that we've had a couple times in the past, a nice little crossover event between Final Fantasy XIV and Yokai Watch, and we're getting another installation of this crossover between April 24th through the release of Dawntrail. So if you're on the Lodestone, you can click read on for details. It'll bring you straight to the information about the Yokai Watch. And before we do that, I did want to go over this section down here in red text. It says this event is identical to the one previously held with the addition of a Framer's Kit. So it seems like there are no additions to what we have in game currently, and we will take a little bit of a look on that more on the next page. Now it says if you have already completed the quest for this event, it cannot be accepted again. However, you may still earn yokai medals while equipped with a Yokai Watch. So if you've done this before and you've completed the entire quest, there's nothing additional for you. And again, we'll look at that in the next page. And it says right here, during the event, Yokai Watches will be available for purchase from recompense officers in major cities. So if you've thrown your watch away, you can get them again from these officers in the major cities, these NPCs. All right, so if we go to the special Yokai Watch page, it gives us a lot more information, a lot of text and visual details regarding to the event that's coming out. Again, this is from April 24th through the release of patch 7.0, which is Dawntrail. And it says dates and times are subject to change, which is kind of interesting because I feel like we're already so close with hard dates, but I feel like they always put something like that in there. Again, if you have done these quests already, there is nothing for you left. So if you have maxed out and gotten all the Yokai Watch things, the only new thing you're going to be able to receive is a Framer's Kit, which is pretty neat. I love having the different Framer's Kits. But yeah, let's dive into it. So right here, if you are new to this quest, your quest will begin in Ul'dah with the Poor Healed Youth, and you can find him at these coordinates here. And it just gives you a little bit of information about talking to him. You receive a watch, a wearable watch that can get you medallions when you're wearing the watch, and those medallions will be used for items in game. So in order to accept this quest, you have to be level 15 at minimum, and you must complete one of the following main scenario quests, either the Gridanian Envoy, the Lominsian Envoy, or the Ul'dah Envoy. So if you have not done those yet, if you're still pretty new to the game, at least get to level 15, get your way through the MSQ, and you will be able to take part in this crossover event. And so the next thing that they mention is minions. So right here it says, after gathering your yokai medals and delivering them to the wandering executive at the Gold Saucer, he will introduce you to your favorite yokai. And by befriending these yokai, you'll be able to summon them as in-game minions, collect more medals to meet more yokai. So these are the yokai minions that we can get in-game. There are several of them, some better than others. Looking at you, Mangy Mutt. When this came out, it was like, I was like, why? What is this? I don't know anything about yokai, so I was like, what is this going on? But they do have several really cool ones. My favorite still is probably the bunny rabbit looking character right here, Eorzea. I don't know what the name is supposed to be, but there's some really cute ones there, and kind of like in like a Pokemon fashion or something, like gotta catch them all, you know, like completionist thing. It's really fun to go and try to collect all of them. And now, of course, the other thing you have to have unlocked is the Gold Saucer. So the Gold Saucer is where you will be able to get your minions in the game. And then if you scroll down a little bit further, it shows you how you can get these medals. So in order to get these medals, you'll need to take part in Fates in Lenosha, Black Shroud, Thanalan, and then all regions in Heavensward and all regions in Stormblood. So you have some options. You have to equip your Yokai Watch in order to get these medallions, so don't do the Fates without it, or you will get nothing. You have to participate in Fates, so the Fates are pretty open as long as you're in one of those regions listed above, and then every time you complete the Fate, you will get Yokai Medal as long as you get a silver or gold rating in the fates. And then it gives you a little bit of information here about what are fates. I'll let you read this on your own. Pretty much it's a big world, open world fight. There are many different types of fates. They're all over the place. Every single map has fates. So definitely take part in them. Ask questions if you'd like. Another tip too is check Party Finder. There will probably be a lot of Party Finders up during this event doing fate grinding and fate farming. So definitely if you want to make sure that you get this higher ranking, the silver or gold rating, and you're new to the game, join a party, try to meet up with some people, and you'll have a better result of completion for the fates. And now the next things that you can get from this event besides the minions is the mounts. So you'll be able to get this Whisper mount. This is the first mount that released for this crossover event. And once you've found 13 of the yokai minions, once you've gotten 13 minions, then you can also get access to this Whisper Go mount. And then it shows you what are mounts. Of course, mounts, you ride in them, pretty simple, but this is really good breakout for somebody who is new to the game. For those of us who have done this event, or even for those who are new, we'll also be getting those framer kits that I was mentioning. This will also be unlocked at the Gold Saucer, and this is a description, a little snippet to what this portrait frame is going to look like. Very cute. I love the star embellishments and then like the little yokais down here. So very cute framers kit, and that's something that everyone will be able to experience for the first time with this new crossover, or new addition to the crossover. And of course, it gives a little information about portraits. The third major thing you'll be gaining from this event, if you haven't already, is weapons. So along with the yokai minions, each yokai also have a version of their weapons, and it is class specific. So each yokai represents one individual class. The newest classes are not showing up. They don't have their own thing. So sorry, Sage and Reaper mains, but you do not have a yokai weapon at this time, unfortunately. But take some time, look over all of the different weapons if you haven't already. There are a lot of cool ones. Some are okay, others are really cool. Definitely take a look through them so that you can prioritize. If you don't think you're gonna have time to get all of them, at least try to prioritize which ones you would like to get. Some of them are really great. My favorites, I'm a Black Mage main, so this like Staff of the Snow Maiden is a really cute one. As well, I love these Moon Rabbit yokai little pugilist arms. This monk weapons are really cool. There are some really cute ones, really cool ones. This Codex of the Shrine Guardian is a really cute one. And yeah, just keep looking through. Some of them are really cool and worth getting. And so the thing with these medals in order to get the weapons is a little bit more specific than the medals or the little coins for the minions. So for this one, these are obtainable by participating in certain fates while accompanied by the yokai minion that corresponds to the desired weapon. So what that means is you will first need to get the minion in order to get the weapon of your choice. For instance, if you are looking for, and it shows the Jibanyan minion, so if you are looking for right up here, the Jibanyan weapon is right here. It is the warrior weapon. If that is one that you would like, you would need to first get the minion that corresponds with that specific weapon. And then you go do fates, participate in certain fates while accompanied by that minion in order to get these special medallions for, or medals, I should say, for that weapon. So it says right here that there are specific destinations where you should go to gather legendary medals, and the location is different depending on the weapon. So be sure to check the yokai medallion for details on where to go to search for medals. So the medallions for the minions are open to those areas listed above. These weapon ones, these weapon medals, are very specific. So you're going to want to look at getting the minions that you want for the weapons. So maybe it's even easier to backtrack, look at which weapons you want, and then farm those minions first. And then you're going to want to make sure that you're looking over the items in game so that you can read where to go in order to obtain these Jibanyan medals so that you can get the weapons attached. And so one thing that I forgot to mention, but I think it is very important if you are looking for these legendary medals in order to get your weapons, is that these are random drops. So you have to complete these fates, the special fates that they note, with a silver or gold rating, but the drop for them is occasional. So it is not after every fate that you will get these medals. You really do have to grind. Sometimes you'll get medals one after another, and sometimes you just won't. It is RNG. So keep that in mind. If for some reason you don't see a drop on your first cleared fate, it might just be that RNGesus wasn't in your favor, so don't get discouraged if you don't see one drop right away. As long as you make sure that you have your minion out and the right equipment and you're at the right fate, then you should see these legendary medals drop occasionally. And so with that is the end of the information that they posted about the challenge. It says, in addition to the rewards available in the 2016, 17, and 2020 Yokai Watch event, a Framers Kit has been added. So they've emphasized this a few times now, just so that anybody who has finished the whole quest line doesn't expect that there will be more minions or weapons. And I figured, since I've already done this event years ago now, I will show you just a little bit of the items in game. All right, so I'm in my in-room right now, and I have all of the items, so I will just show you a little bit of what there is in game. First is going to be the Yokai Watch itself. So it is a level 1 item. Any class you have can wear it. You will need to wear this in order to get any of the items that we've spoken about before, and this is kind of what it looks like. It's a little goofy, it's a little cute, it's kind of neat. As someone who's never played Yokai Watch, I don't really know much about it, but it is a wrist accessory that you can wear, and this will be how you get your items in game. And then from there are a bunch of weapons. I will show you what some of them look like. This is my favorite, being the Black Mage weapon, especially being like the kind of like Snow Maiden, or like kind of like snowy look. It just looks really cool, you know, Black Mages with Blizzard and everything, so it is really fun to have. Now, this is a level 30 item weapon, so if you are a level 15 character coming in, you will still need to get to level 30 in order to use these weapons. However, once you are a higher level than that, they make as really good glamour items. So this is the level 30 Black Mage weapon. I won't go over all of them, but we will look at now the Moon Rabbit one. This is the Monk Fists, which I just think are absolutely adorable. They have these little fiery ear effects when you pull them out, and then when you put them back, they're just kind of on your hips there. And then the last one that I want to show off, because I think it's really cute, is the Scholar Book. I'm sorry, Scholar Book. Also level 30. All of these weapons are going to be level 30, and they're going to have their own individual little characteristics on them. They're really adorable, so I would recommend trying to catch them all, because they're really there are a lot of them, and they're really cool. And now, as far as the minions are concerned, I will show you, same thing, a couple of the minions that we have in game currently. So the first one is this Komajiro, and let's go into G-Pose to just kind of take a better look at the little fella. And so here he is in his glory. He is pretty cute. They have their own little movements and characteristics, but we have one of those, and this is one of the other ones. They're all different and unique as their own. It is really cool to get some of these, and in order to get the weapons, you need them anyways. And while we're looking at minions, I will leave that to your imagination, but let's go outdoors and try some of the mounts. So the first mount from this event that I'm going to show off is the Whisper mount. That is the first one that you get, the Whisper Go. And this is it's kind of a meme mount. It is really funny if you look at it. When you go up, the little hands move and the tail moves, and then as you're flying through the air, you get the same thing, one hand moving and the tail moving as well. And then if you're stationary, there's kind of like this little rocking back and forth. I've always thought of it as like a kid's amusement park ride, just a lot of like rocking back and forth and fun things like that. The next one, and I'm actually surprised they didn't mention it, because I know we have it in the game. But is just an upgraded Whisper Go. So this is Whisper Go is the one I just showed you. Whisper A Go is the next one. I don't think they showed the other mounts as well, which is kind of interesting. But there are two other mounts. The Whisper Go is the first one you can get. The other ones I believe you get from, don't quote me, I believe this one was from completing the first round of yokai getting them all the weapons and minions. And then the next one I'm about to show you, I believe, is the extended version when they added in like Gunbreaker and Dancer and a couple others, I believe. But yeah, this is pretty much the same as the last mount. However, you have the little cat yokai on the edge kind of hanging on, and it glows. So it's hard to tell here because we're in a lighter area, but the white of the Whisper Go actually glows, and the mouth is like slightly different, but the movements and characteristics are the same. You kind of have that floating and everything, and the bobbing back and forth. So nothing too crazy, but a little perk, a little upgrade from the first Whisper Go mount. And then the final mount you could get is my favorite, is this Jibanyan couch. So this is a really adorable mount. You kind of sit on his lap. He looks like almost like a big plushy beanbag, and that's the mount. So he doesn't do any special movements or anything, like a kind of little head bobble, but it is really cute. It is really unique. Yeah, really, really fun mounts to have in the game, as well as weapons and minions. And that is the Yokai Watch crossover. So if you have done this in full like myself, there's really not much new you can get besides just the Framers kit. But if you've never done this before, feel free to check it out. There's a lot to do, a lot of content between now and Dawn Trail. And if you are someone who has done this event but you haven't completed it, now is your time to try to get back on that bandwagon, unlock the rest of the minions and weapons that you weren't able to get, and that way you can unlock these really cool mounts. And now thank you for watching. If you like watching other Final Fantasy XIV content, consider giving me a like and subscribe. I do a lot of Lodestone kind of recaps and reviews, and I also do a lot of raiding and a lot of just regular Final Fantasy XIV shenanigans on the daily. So feel free to follow the Twitch and the YouTube and other social media channels, and we will see you in game. Bye!